with the crypto. I don't want to look at that shit. Gold tried to bounce back, and from a technical perspective, you can see gold had a huge rally last year after the COVID dump. Where was that COVID dump? Right there. Look at that. It was already in the middle of a bull market, and then it came all the way down to $1,200. And then from there, it skyrocketed. Look at that. 43% or $634. And since then, it's been, I hate how it doesn't show me the volume until I'm under the weekly. You had upper resistance and lower support. And this is otherwise known as a bull flag and a bullish consolidation in the middle of a bull market, right? You got to have these consolidations in a bull market. And you say, well, how the fuck do you know that, Vincenzo? Because look at this. Here is a smaller one there. See it? Same thing. Smaller one there. Here, we'll start putting some lines out. Just so you can see this. Look at that. Bam. But we're going to make these smaller because they're in the back. Then we'll clone that. You see that? Look at that. There was one. Did you see that? Kind of looks awfully similar, right? Just smaller. Here is another one right there. See that? Steve Van Meter. I'm going to listen to that after I'm done with here. He has very good information. Although I don't have the same take he does on bonds. Although I did make money in bonds last year. I made about $1,500 because of him. So props to him for that. He's a very smart guy, though. I would highly recommend that you guys follow Steve Van Meter. At the very least, he will increase your financial knowledge, which is your education in financial education, and that will make you smarter and more savvy at generating money and getting out of the shithouse, right? Like old Vincenzo did. See another one right there? See that? Kind of see what I'm talking about there? I mean, can you guys see that? If you can't see that, comment down below, and I'll find a way to make it better. See that one? See that? No, that's just a bigger one. Usually they don't form them for it was 10 months before it attempted to break out, and now it's retesting it. But you see that? It's the same thing as we zoom in here. Super simple, easy to understand technical analysis. Top 1, 2, 3 in a breakout. Underneath support 1, 2, and 3, and then it broke out, right? But then after it broke out here, it did come back and back test. And now as we zoom in, oh, that's right, Vincenzo said zoom in. In super simple, easy to understand ways, how to trade this market, right? You can see what we did here. You broke out. Is this the one I wanted? No. I think it's back farther. You got that one? Nope, it is this one. So look at that. See that? The first time you had a fake out here. See this? And then you tanked. And then you met and built the base at the bottom for support. Then you broke out. See that right there? But then when you broke out, you came up, and these are daily candles. So you came up here, and then you came back down and straddled this the next day, and then you pumped. You back tested it. And that's what you do usually. This one just did it really quick, right? And I think that's the phase we're in now, but it's a bigger pattern. So it's got to have a bigger back test. And this one, you see it again beautifully. You came in a bullish look, pumped up, upper resistance 1, lower support 1, upper resistance 2, lower support 2, confirms the pattern, upper resistance 3, lower support 3, confirms the pattern again. Then you started building a base, and then you tighten the range. You see how it got tight there? Look how tight it got there. Let's zoom in. That's right, Vincenzo said, let's isolate and zoom in. See how this got really tight here for the last few weeks? It was building energy and coiling to pop through, and it had to build enough to bypass the duck hunter and not get shot down into the duck grave, but to get flocked past there and to come up into duck utopia. He built up enough steam after he's seen the other ducks, bam, get shot down. The other duck up there, bam, get shot down. So he built up enough steam and popped. So when the duck hunter pointed and fired his 12-gauge shotgun, he missed. And then the duck flew off in the duck utopia and ate his happy meal. And that's where he's at now. And he was ascending beautifully until COVID. The panic crashed. And then right after, the gold buyers started buying up because they said, oh, wait a minute. And you say, well, what the fuck caused that dump there? Thought it's a hedge. It is, but when everyone's getting liquidated in the stock market, they got to sell stuff they're up in to pay off their margin and their other things they must pay off. So they sell what's in profit, And then after they settle those, they start buying the shit back out of it because the people down here say, thank you for giving me the gold $400 off, and let's ride, right? And now gold's doing what it needs to do. Ah, fuck. We got to do that now. That's what happens when you've done that a few times. Now we got to get back to where we were. We were down here. Oh, no, I deleted what I had there. We got to put that back on. Hold on. Just so we have this for quick analysis when we want to go back. Then we have this one right here. Right, and you see how similar that looks to the one up top, right? I mean, it's, except the one up top's massively bigger. And you say, well, how the fuck do you know where the targeted move is? Well, it's simple. You go from the bottom of the pole, which was down here, to the top of the flag, to the point of a breakout. Look at that. It hit it beautifully. And then the same thing for this one. You go from the bottom of the pole to the top of the flag, to the point of the breakout, and it hit it beautifully, but it got interrupted right there. It got interrupted with their industry exclusive pointer tool. Look at me. I'm down here. Hello, I'm Vincenzo. Hello. It got knocked down there because of COVID, and then it pumped. You know, it recovered from that. And now we're in an extended. Look at that. It's the same thing, except instead of the other ones lasting a few weeks to a month, this one lasted 10 months since August of 2020. And you see upper resistance 1, lower support 1, upper resistance 2, lower support 2. And then it came up, lower support 3, and then it popped out. And now we popped out, and now we're back testing. And I think, I could be wrong, it could come back down, way down here, and then move up, right? It could retest that get your shit together box. But it seems like we're back testing now. And it's building up and consolidating to pop up for its next move up. But if this is a bearish consolidation pattern, this would be what you're looking for in a targeted move. I don't know what that's doing up there. You would say there's, we're calling it to make this. You could say this is a bearish consolidation pattern right there. And then if it breaks down out of this, its targeted move would be from the top to the bottom. It's the point of a breakout. And that would bring you probably in the weekly to some moving averages. Yep. Almost to the 200-day moving average, which would be a great spot if it fell to get supported. And I would buy a ton of physical gold, and I would load more up and average into my mining stocks, because that would be a big fall from where it's at now. In current price, that would be an 8% move. So I would be doing I would be buying a lot in. But I think in a probability-based way, you're more likely to hold this as support, maybe come down here to this bottom, which is just so happens to ride in the weekly time frame on the red line, which is the 100-day moving average. And you could come to there, and then I think you're popping, because I do believe by the end of this year, maybe sooner, maybe late fall, you're coming up to this target way up there at nearly $2,300. And you say, well, how the fuck did you get that target, Vincenzo? Because I think we're in a bull flag, and you'd go from the bottom of the flagpole, which was the COVID dump in March of 2020, to the top of the pole, to the point of a breakout. And if that was the breakout, it'd be up there. I thought the breakout would be more down here, and then that would line up. But if that was really the breakout there, then you have a $2,500 target, right? I think that's where you're going in gold.